And now, continuing with our regulars here on the 59th weekly Friday show from Radio Free UK, we bring you Alan's Antics, where Alan Taylor Shearer gives you a rundown of what he's been doing on his podcast this week. So, what have you been up to, Alan?
This week on Alan's Antics. Well, it seems like I've said the wrong thing on Twitter again. Silly me for thinking for myself. Yes, it's anti-social media time once again. This is Alan Taylor Shearer. Well, as I say, I've said the wrong thing on Twitter. At Alan T. Shearer. That's just with one L in Alan. What I want to do is read you a selection and series of tweets which caused consternation for somebody in Watford earlier today. A gentleman who calls himself Chris Hawes on Twitter. Now, our good friend Batsby had tweeted a picture which he entitled Bigots. And it's the most offensive thing about this cartoon is that it's all true. And it's about multiculturalism and how people are turning a blind eye to the 1,400 girls who were raped in Rotherham, and how the police and the social services are taking the wrong stance and are arresting the father and the daughter who is being raped on the altar of multiculturalism by a group of Islamists, whilst the Tories are having relations, shall we say, with a young boy, and a Labour man has his eyes covered and is blind to it all, whilst a little boy kneels in front of him too. And Nigel Farage is apparently asking, well, what on earth's going on here? Chris Hawes decided to jump in and comment on the above cartoon, which you can see if you go to my page, RadioFreeUK.org/blogs/Alan. Chris Hawes says, at Batsby, that's possibly the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. For 37 years, a gay man has been an influential part of my life. I have gay members of my family. I've been to several gay weddings, and I get on with these people very well, and they get on with me. But apparently, because I said that I felt that one's sexuality was a lifestyle choice, well, Chris decided that it isn't a choice. He doesn't have the choice to be gay or straight or bisexual or one of the other 72 different types of sexuality that apparently are now available on Facebook, if you live in the UK, that is. And there you are. There you have it. I've been accused of homophobia, and I've also been told that sticking your penis into another man's anus is not a choice that one has. Apparently, it's something you're born with, and you don't have any choice in the matter. If you decide that you are gay, then, well, that's up to you, and it's no business of mine, and I frankly couldn't care less. If you think differently, well, that's fine. That's what this is all about. Start the debate. Tell me why you think that being homosexual is not a choice. Did I make the choice to feel the urge to insert my penis into a lady's vagina instead of a gentleman's anus? I'm pretty sure I did make that choice, and for me, it was the right one. But I might change my mind you. I'm pretty sure my wife and 3 sons would be a little bit perturbed by that. Mattel has apologised after a page of the Quran appeared in Fireman Sam. 4 years ago, the creator of the show, Dave Jones, was detained at Gatwick Airport after asking why a veiled Muslim woman was not being checked by airport security. He had apparently joked about wearing his scarf over his face, which he told the BBC was, quote, an observation and nothing more. However, he was told to apologise to a Muslim security guard who overheard the comment. Told to apologise because a security guard overheard a comment? This is just absolutely beyond the pale. How on earth could anybody seriously say that they're offended by somebody saying, oh, well, if it's okay for them, then it's okay for me? jokingly. Has nobody got a sense of humour anymore? And being told to apologise just because somebody overheard a comment? That's just ridiculous. If I made somebody apologise every time I heard something that offended me, well, I can tell you, there'd be non-stop apologising going on. Well, it seems like the foul-mouthed pillock has been at it again. Yes, that millionaire, money-grabbing, so-called saint, foul-mouthed effing Bob has been at it again with his mouth. I'm really starting to despise this particular individual. You're all wearing wall-to-wall Primark. Hundreds of fans walk out of festival after horrendous Bob Geldof launches a foul-mouthed tirade at the crowd. Hundreds of fans walked out of a family-friendly festival after multi-millionaire singer and charity founder Bob Geldof... Charity founder? I think you'll find Midurham did most of the work, but anyway, launched a shocking foul-mouthed rant at them for wearing Primark clothes. One festival goer, who left with her husband before the finale, said they sounded pretty dreadful, especially after just hearing the fantastic voice of Tony Hadley. And of course, they have a very limited back catalogue. We were just thinking we probably wouldn't bother staying to hear I Don't Like Mondays, as it didn't look like it would be worth the wait when Bob launched into an extraordinary expletive-laden rant. As he launched into another dreadful song, we, along with hordes of others, headed for the exit, and I found myself in a queue to leave in the middle of the headline set. All around you could hear mutterings from fed-up festival goers of how disgusting he was and how dare he. It was a shame he'd marred what was otherwise a fabulous day out. Festival coordinator Laurie Edmonds apologised for the language but said it was part of the act. She said they're a punk band, you expect them to be a bit controversial, and he got a reaction from the crowd. People know he speaks his mind, that's just what they do, but they were a fantastic punk band and we thought it would go down well with our crowds. We know he's a little bit of a lightning rod and people have strong reactions to him. She explained that organisers had made a conscious decision to put the act on post-Watershed. She continued, "We were disappointed that there was so much swearing. We want this to be a family event and it would have been nice if it was toned down. Some people who felt it was offensive made the decision to leave. We're truly sorry if people were offended. It wasn't our intention in booking them. We have had a couple of complaints, but we've equally had people saying they were one of the best sets all weekend. There were still several thousands of people who stayed to the very end and were asking for encores. What a complete and utter hole." Well, that was just a little snapshot of the week on Alan's Antics on RadioFreeUK.org. To hear the full recordings and a whole lot more, go to RadioFreeUK.org. And there'll be more next week. Take care and have a safe one.